So today's video is gonna be a little different. I'm not doing a book review. I might post this on both my channels because this is very important, but the simple thing that will change your life the most is reading 50 books from now till the end of the year. Like, if you do this for me, if you watch this video and stick with this and really follow through, your life will be completely different on the other end. I promise you. Like, read 50 books from now till New Year's. Dude, you're not gonna have to make new year, new me. This year will be the year I change. You will already have changed. You will already have transformed your mind. You will already have transformed your life. And it only comes from I'm gonna sit down. I have these 50 books. I'm gonna read them, and let's see what happens at the other end. Just do that for me. Literally, just do that for me. I don't care if you read ebook. I don't care if you listen to audiobooks. I don't care if you go to the library. I don't care if you buy them. I don't care the subject, the topic. If you just read 50 books, 50 nonfiction books, I'll preface that, you will be transformed. You literally will be. And the reason I say nonfiction is just for the fact that it's hard to really apply the things that you're learning from literature, in terms of novels or stories. And nonfiction books it's informative, and you can apply the principles into your life. But that's a whole other topic. That's a whole other thing that I don't really want to get into. But if you just promise me that you're going to read 50 books, you will never be the same. I don't care the subject. I don't care the topic. Just find a few books that seem interesting to you and start reading them. Because what you're going to do is, one, when you read a book, that information is always there for the rest of your life. You can always pull on that knowledge, and that knowledge is coming from a mind that already did it, was already successful, and they felt so adamant that you needed to know that information that they chose to take time to write it down and write it in a way that's digestible. And I want you to think about it. There's a lot of money in books, but more so people write books for the influence. They want to be seen as an intellectual. They want to be seen as someone that's smart, as someone that's done it, as someone that has some sort of air of excellence about them. So they write it in the most digestible way, the most applicable way, the easiest way to apply to get results. And that motivation makes books so powerful. Not only this, not only is it compounding interest, that the more knowledge you have, the more things that you can apply to each and every scenario, it also reprograms your subconscious. It also reprograms your thoughts and reprograms your brain. I want you to understand that everything around you, absolutely everything, every conversation, every song, every TV show, every TikTok, everything that you put into your brain starts to become memory. It's not memory in the fact that you can pull from it. It's not something you're actually going to know is in your memory, but it's in your subconscious. Your subconscious picks up everything. Even when you're sleeping, your subconscious picks up stuff. But it's picking it up, and it's shaping your mind. It's shaping your reality. It's shaping your world. It's shaping your beliefs. It's shaping everything about you. And we need to be in control of what our subconscious sees. If our subconscious is constantly seeing negative influences, guess what? Your world's going to be negative. But if you're reprogramming it with better thoughts, better ideas, better people's ideas that have done it before, you're actively going to transform your mind into a different mind, into a different person, into a better one. And it's all about the forward momentum and forward progress. So it's the active benefit of, okay, now I have this knowledge, and the unconscious benefit of my mind thinks in a better way because I've shaped it to think in a better way. And those two in combination are really, really going to go very into just destroying the person who you are today and molding it into a better person. And that's what it's about. You can actively enter a different state. You can actively become a different person. All it takes is a simple decision, and that decision is shaped by everything that you put into your brain. Every single shred of information that you put is a space that cannot be filled by just pure brain rot that you see on TikTok. So I want you to apply this, and that's pretty much all I have to say on the topic. I will go into a few books now that you might want to start with. These are just the books in front of me. You don't have to read these ones per se, but these are just good examples. And I want to provide as much value, as much information, as much examples so that you can go out and apply it for yourself. So the first book I want to suggest is, it's a classic, The 48 Laws of Power. This book is just super interesting, and it deals with psychology on a baseline level. It's not too hard to read. It's very applicable. Everyone can apply it in their own lives because the author Robert Greene talks about basically this is the scenario, this is an example through history, and think about these things in terms of your life. And he leaves it open-ended of how you should or should not apply these things. And it's a great example. Another great book is, let me see if I can find it. Well, the Robert Greene books are just the ones in front of me right now, so I'm going to suggest a few of them. Art of Seduction. This book is tremendous. I've talked about it a bunch. I'm going to actually start reviewing all the chapters of it, but this book is great. This book is all about the push and pull, the give and take. Everyone thinks of relationships in terms of like, oh, I just need to make this person like me once and they will like me forever. But like, think, relationships come and go. The spark often dies, and it's because we don't prolong that air of mystery. We don't prolong that, you know what, one day this person isn't going to like me as much as they thought, and that could be the end of it. And it's like, we need to start considering other things. And I like this book so much because every piece of relationship advice you're going to get online is like, oh, you just have to manipulate the girl, you just have to make her think that she needs you or this or that. And just like, no, just stimulate mystery, just stimulate the emotion. And reading books like this really go to change the way that I view relationships. The last Robert Greene book I will suggest before I stop suggesting Robert Greene books is The Laws of Human Nature. Tremendous book. This is very much like the 48 Laws of Power, but the difference between the 48 Laws of Power is the 48 Laws of Power is like when you have some sort of power, when you have your company, when you have employees, when you're in a corporation, when you're like an employee. This is more so about you as an individual and your individual relationships. So like, it can even apply to your corporate job, it can apply to your employees, but this book is tremendous because it's the psychology behind how we go through our day-to-day lives, and it's great. I love this book so much. It uses great examples, but you know what? I talked about it, Robert Greene, enough. Another quick book that you could read. This is like the start of most people's entrepreneurial journeys, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. This book is about really the fallacy of the education system, that like the more educated you are doesn't mean you're going to make more money. It doesn't mean you're going to be more successful. And the real path to wealth is through real estate, through entrepreneurship, and you don't need an education, you don't need fancy degrees, you don't need any titles to make it big. It's just more so about the mindset. And I love this book because it will change the mindset and the approach that you take to money, and it will change the paradigm in which you view wealth. Love this book. The next book, wow, I'm just going through a bunch right now. I'm just going to go through as many as I want, and if you're still around in this video, you're getting some gold. So yeah, PsychoCybernetics, this is a great book. This book is about the basically self-image. I couldn't think of a better way to describe it, but self-image. And the basis of this book is that there was a plastic surgeon, and he realized that the physical appearance wasn't the only thing that changed in his patients. More often than not, the patient's lives improved more so because of the psychological implications of the appearance change than the physical appearance change. And what I mean by this is like, there would be a girl, she maybe had a big nose, and she would always view herself as ugly even though the nose wasn't necessarily that big. But once that nose got fixed, she was like, yeah, I'm a superstar, I'm this, I'm that. And people often shape their own realities by their self-image, and if you can change your self-image, you can change your reality. If you believe in yourself, you will go so much further than somebody who doesn't believe in themselves. And this book is all about dispelling a lot of beliefs about self-image and actively changing it for the better. This book, Change Your Paradigm, Change Your Life, this is a great book. This book is about the beliefs that we hold and why we hold them, and why we need to change our beliefs in order to make our lives a better existence. I love Bob Proctor. He makes some great stuff. He has a great YouTube channel. All his books that I've read have been tremendous, but I love Bob Proctor because a lot of self-help is not really applicable. It's not really something that you can take stuff from, because it's so, there's this, there's that, you need to do this, you need to do that. And this, Bob Proctor is just about thought. Bob Proctor's like, if you just change your thought, your world will change. And he makes great examples. He uses easy to follow proof and examples, and it really makes it really easy to follow along, read these books, feel the love, feel the prosperity, and feel everything that you need to in order to shift your reality. I'll go through a few more just because if you made it this far, I know you're willing to stick around, so you get some gems. A great book that I just read was Lead the Field. This book was actually by Bob Proctor's mentor, Earl Nightingale. All my books are falling if you heard that, but Lead the Field is a great book. This book is tremendous. Again, it's very simple. It's very straightforward. It could be 400 pages if it was written by any other self-help author, but Earl Nightingale likes to keep things short. It's about 150 pages, and in this book is some of the greatest examples of what you can do with your human mind. He basically said that like inside each and every one of us is $15 or $15 billion worth of potential energy, and we are selling ourselves so short by basically working for $50 an hour, working for $20 an hour. Like, we sell ourselves so short, and if you want to make more money, ask yourself how you can serve more people. Pretty simple principle of the book, but it's a great book nonetheless. This is the only work of fiction. Actually, there's 2 works of fiction that I'll suggest. This book is amazing though. Like, everything that I've studied about alchemy, it's in this book. It's so simple. It's a great story. It's a great narrative, and it's all about finding your personal journey. And it's something that I feel like if you are struggling right now to find what you want to do and find where you want to go, this is a book that is really going to speak to you, and it's really going to make you think and question things and question like divine timing and signs and really like how to know what you really want to do with your life. And it's a tremendous book. I feel like everyone's read it, and the best part about this book is most girls have read it. So if you ask them about it and you're on a date, that's some dating advice right there. You know, I don't talk about dating advice often, but this is a good book in terms of that. The other work of fiction that I would suggest is the Book of Mere Dad. This is the greatest book I've ever read. I don't want to spoil it. I can't exemplify it in any terms because it's so exquisite, it's so poetic, it's so introspective and esoteric. And if you like this book, you're gonna love this book. Yeah, this is my favorite book ever. I can't suggest it enough. I have a great video on this. I can link it at the end, but yeah, this is my favorite book so far. What other books? Let's see. I'm trying to look for good ones, but like they're all like mismatched on my desk. So this is a all-time classic, Creativity by Osho, and it's not just great because the cover is so cool. It's great in terms of basically this book it makes creativity simple. What is creativity? Creativity is having fun with life. Creativity is finding a unique solution to a problem that everyone's told you to go a certain path, but you want to take your own. That's creativity. Creativity is living in the moment, not relying on the past, just relying on the moment and allowing things to flow through you. Creativity is best summed up by, there is a example in this book where there's a Buddhist monk, and the Buddhist monk is basically explaining enlightenment, but enlightenment is kind of the same as creativity. It's just presence. But did I just solve your out? Are you enlightened now? No. But creativity can be explained by like allowing the energy of the world to flow through you. Like, creativity doesn't come from humans, it comes from God. God is expressing himself through individuals. That's why when we see works like the Mona Lisa, it doesn't feel like it's real. It has so much power to it. Like, you look at that picture and it's not just a picture. It's something deeper. It's the same thing as when your favorite singer sings a song. When Frank Sinatra sings, "I did it my way." It's not just a song. It's not just words. There's depth. There's love. There's spirit. There's heart. It's the same thing with Elvis. Like, Elvis didn't write any of his songs really, but when he performs them, there's something about it. There's something that made him so famous and so successful. And it's crazy to just like feel like you can capture that, but you can capture that by simply existing, by being like a stalk of bamboo. You are rigid on the outside, but your inside is hollow. And that's how you have to be. You have to be a shell for the universe. You have to be a shell for whatever greater force is acting through you. And this can really only come through meditation and presence and being in the moment, knowing that if you live in the now, if you exist in the now and don't worry about deadlines or past mistakes or anything else, that is the true path to creativity. A great example is this is what Osho wrote, and he basically said that like rice paintings are very, very hard to do because when you do a rice paper painting, you have to do it all at once. You can't stop, you can't take breaks, otherwise it won't dry properly. So these Zen painters, they they do a interesting principle. First, they learn all of the basic mechanics for 12 years. And then they stop painting for 12 years. They'll do anything else except paint. And then when they come back, they have the mechanics and they have the flow of it. And it's all about finding that flow. It's all about learning the basics and then doing your own thing. And it's a beautiful way to live, living creatively, and that's the solution to life. Like, if you want to be happy, just live in the now, just be creative. So those are a bunch of books. I think I went over like 8 of them, but yeah, find 50 books, read them, and I'm telling you, come back to me and your life will be just completely different. You will not be the same person. You will be a better person, and it's all about that. It's all about transforming yourself to the person that you want to be. Like, deep down, there's a person inside of yourself that's just waiting to be expressed. Like, everyone thinks self-improvement's about improving yourself. No, it's about chiseling away that rock. It's like when Michelangelo started with a big stone slab and he created a masterpiece. The masterpiece is already inside of you. You just need to find a way to bring it out. You just need to find a way to express it, and it all starts with your mind. It all starts with the thoughts. It all starts with the shapes and forms that you bring into existence. And when you can have greater ideas, greater minds talking you through things, explaining things, it's just a cheat code to life. And I promise you, like, your life will transform, it will change, and it all starts with one simple decision. Am I going to sit there and stay on TikTok for the rest of my life, or am I going to sit here and read a little bit? I can even have the TV on and read. Like make it as easy as possible to read these books. Find 50 books that maybe they're 50 pages. Like, I don't care. Just promise me you're going to read 50 books and then come back to me at the end of it and like tell me you're worse off for it. I promise you, you won't be able to. Thank you so much for making it this far. I will catch the next one. If you liked videos like this, please let me know, because I can do more stuff like this. Or if you like the normal style, like, any feedback's greatly appreciated. I've also been doing live streams too, so like stay tuned on the channel for those, because a lot of times I'll just like be like, oh, I have 2 hours here, so I'll throw on a live stream. And if you can join, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun conversing with everybody, and I wanted to start doing that more and more often, because it's really easy to do, because I don't script these videos. These are like off the top of my head, so I can do it whenever. And if people are willing to join and ask questions and have a conversation, like, that's some of the best content I put out. So yeah, stay tuned for that. And really soon I'm gonna make a paid community. And the community, it's not gonna be expensive, like $5 a month or something like that. But what I want to do is I want to put all my courses in it, because I feel like it's a better format to do it that way. I'm gonna put all my courses, my nutrition course, my creativity course, my fitness course, my mental alchemy course. I'm going to put all of them in there, and I'm also going to start doing book reviews. I'm going to start taking all the key points that you need to know from all of the books I read and really lay them out. And then, you know what, I might go into individual chapters and get individual ideas and pull the examples, but I really want to have a place where people can go and get the main ideas that are the most important, because that's how I started really diving deep down into information, really diving deep down into research. Because like, when you first start, it's so hard to know what you want to know. It's so hard to find the resources that you really want to dive deep into. Like, you know, there's information out there, but you don't know where to start. So I want to provide the starting blocks to basically run with it. Like, when I first started, I literally just had a website that summarized books, and now I have basically an entire library in my room and more books at home. And it's like, it's a never-ending journey. It's constant expansion in my mind, and I love it. And I really want to inspire others to do it. So I think this is the best path to do it, and I think it's the most fun, because it's once that gets built up, once there's a community, once everyone's talking, suggesting books, like, it's going to be a great place to go to learn, to be happy, to spread positivity, and to spread love. And yeah, that's what it's all about. So stay tuned for that, and let me know if you're interested in that too, because we can get in contact and I can send you a free link, because at first I want to just offer it for free to everyone that's interested. And then, you know what, the people that come on this channel later, the people that haven't been supporting me up until now, they can pay for it. But if you're already here and you're interested in that, like, let me know, because I'll just give that to you for free. You guys have been great. You guys have supported me through thick and thin, and like, I just want to give back. So like, I want to give you as much of me as possible. So yeah, thank you so much for making it this far. I will catch you next one. Peace out, guys.